What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of What's Happening at Cazador. And today, we're going to be looking at some of these gas tank woes. If you can only fill up a gallon, maybe 5 gallons, if you're having problems pumping more than a gallon or 5 at the tank, you're likely having EVAP issues. Mine's not throwing a code, but I can only pump in about a gallon at a time. And we're going to try to figure out why. A lot of times, this is the problem. This is the charcoal canister in the EVAP system. And when it gets old and deteriorated, it starts spitting out these charcoal pellets, and they clog up your EVAP lines and your vent lines for the gas tank. So I've already pulled mine off. Just has these 2 bolts right here that hold it on to this bracket right above the drive shaft rear U joint, and it's got these 3 lines. These 2, you're supposed to be able to just pull this, and these 2 little hooks here and here go in, but it never works, so just stick a pick. So I'll just take a pick or a screwdriver and push it in. Push in one side to get it, and then get it over the, why isn't it focusing? If I can get it to focus, it would be nice, but probably not. Okay, there we go. So then we'll just pull this in, wham, get it over on one side, then pull the other side and pull it off. This other one has 2 clips. This other one has 2 clips here and here that you push in and push this up. On other GMs I've had, it wouldn't work, so I had to get in there with a pick and pull this up instead. And pull that up. This one is the same as the first one. Often not very easy to get to, and doesn't usually work as designed. When you squeeze in these, it just pushes them in closer. So you have to get in there and push these apart to get it over the hump. And if it's going to show up, you'll be able to see some of the problem. A lot of these are already these lines vent over here, and since mud pond is pretty rough on this truck, I thought that we maybe were getting some blockage on the vent. So I wanted to pull the charcoal canister before I ordered a new one to see if that was actually the problem. Anyway, whenever I get ready to change these out, because this actually, I believe this one goes to the EVAP solenoid, which is under the spare tire right here, back under here. And so probably change all of these out at the same time. But first, what I'd like to do is find out if we have to drop the tank, because a lot of times when there's charcoal pellets in the EVAP lines, there's a whole like snaking system that goes up here, and it's all connected into different connections and everything. That is a super huge pain, and you can't get to any of them without dropping the fuel tank. So I'm gonna see if we can vacuum this out, and then I'm gonna go to the gas pump and see if it'll pump. So let's find out. That's actually probably a terrible idea. Because if I'm sucking gas fumes into a motor that is not protected or anything sparks in there, and there's enough of a what's that ratio called? Explosive ratio, you know, then that'd be great. But I really didn't want to drop the fuel tank, and there was so much coming out of the lines through the vacuum that I couldn't resist. So I just moved the vacuum to what I felt was a safe enough distance and kept going. I'm an idiot, so I went ahead and did it anyway, and this is the amount of charcoal that came out of just that one line. So, and you can see this just pouring out of here. So, we'll see. I'm gonna take a trip to the gas pump and see if it'll take some fuel with this disconnected. Well, I guess it worked. Finally stopped. 27 gallons. 27 gallons. Alright. Alright, well, got 27 gallons. Again, I don't know what the exact risk of explosion in the vacuum would be, but if you do approach this problem in the same manner, it's at your own risk.